Okay. Uh, so first, may I ask your name, Mister?
Yes, my name is Widodo.
And from what are you? Your business here.
Yes, I'm currently managing the training center in Jakarta called the Mango Global.
Ah, all right. So do you have an experience in interpreting someone? Like translating.
Yes, I do. I have done several times in the casual setting and also in formal setting.
So okay, let's talk about the casual first. Do
Mm.
you started from like you meeting a foreigner or a local that needs to translate in foreigners? What you start in this interpreting skills that you have?
Yes, I started actually when I was in undergrad. It's
Oh.
because my major is was English education.
Yeah.
So at the time I joined one of the English club in my city. So at that English club, they often invite some foreigners from the US and then from other countries. So when they come to this English club, usually we have the outing program. So we will go around the city and then we will meet them go to the market and then meet some local businesses. So when we go to those like specific places, usually I will need to be the interpreter for these foreign people and also vice versa for the
Yeah, I see. So you actually have a foreigner come into your class and then you have to translate them. Is it like happening every day or when they ask you to come with them?
It's not technically every day, but it's almost like once a month.
Ah,
It's because we have like specific meetings.
yeah. So did you take a class for this interpreting or you just naturally acquired that?
It's more like it naturally. It's
Oh,
because I don't have the interpreting class at my university. But it's because I really love to connect with many people. So at the time, I think I just take this change to networks and also like helping others.
So you just do it for fun, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Definitely.
That's cool. And so from that, how do you have the professional experience based on this the skill that you acquired, Mister?
Yeah, I think it's because those experience really helped me to be easier to connect with more people. So whenever I have chance to interpret or to help someone to translate something in the different languages, especially in English, I will take the chance. And in 2019, I was doing one of the big programs in Maluku for the peace camp activities. So they kind of like invite some foreign speaker from Australia to be the speakers for that event, and the audiences are some young people from Maluku in Ambon. So yeah, at the time I was hired by them to be the professional interpreter during that time. Yeah.
Did they have a requirement for this hiring, or you just happen to be there and then get hired?
I think there is a requirement for that. It's because at the time, they, I have a friends who are also part of this community, so they know that I speak English and graduate from the English educations. So they just formally invite me. Would you like to take this chance to be the interpreter for this event? And then I said yes.
So you go there just, oh yeah, I have a chance for this, and then translate the people in there. Is at that moment and situation, is it always tense, or are you confused when translating the people?
Um, in the first time, it's quite difficult. It's because I'm not really used to the Australian
Yeah, I
accents.
see.
But I mean, like after 30 minutes talking with them, and then like, oh, I get used to it. Like I mean, like
That's fast.
yeah, it's because I've been exposed to many different accents before
Ah.
at the English club, so I think it's quite easier for me to adapt into the new accents. Yeah.
Hmm. So when you interpreting them, do you do it as exactly as their word, or you just express it to get the what at least what they say, like generally?
Mostly, I will take the main points from
Ah.
that. It's because interpreting is quite different than translating.
Yeah.
So when you're interpreting, you just want to make sure that the message is delivered well to the audience, right? And at the time, some of the speakers talk really fast
I
and
see.
very long, so you will not be able to repeat that, right?
Yes.
So usually I will take like the main points from that. As long as the points is delivered well, I think it will be okay.
Hmm. So if that happened, like when someone talk very long, can
Mm.
you coordinate with them to, I translate this part first and then you go on to speak because, if you talk too long, too fast, you don't know what they're talking about. Right? Can you do that or?
Yes, for sure. It happened.
It happened.
I mean, like it happens in the first time, like in the first 1 minute they talk very long.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Can you pause for a while and then I will translate that first and then we will go like 2 to 3 sentences.
Yeah, because they usually like talk really fast and
It is,
very
yeah.
long, right? That's why we have to break it down part by part.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think there's do you, in my class there was something called symbols.
Mm.
So you take notes and then you draw symbols, and by that symbols and then you could remember what they say if they talk long.
Mm.
So let's just say they say all kind of fruit, like mention apples, mango,
Right.
or whatever, right? And when you try to interpret it, that you just draw a symbol of fruit. So they talking about a bunch of fruits. Did you
Right.
do that or what, Mister?
No, for me, it's easier for me to write the main, the keyword.
Oh, the keyword.
Yeah, I don't really good at making symbols.
Yeah.
I mean, like everyone have a different way of learning, right?
Yeah.
So for me, the easiest part is I'm just taking a note the keywords that they say. So for example, if they talk about fruit, different kind of fruits, maybe I just write like fruit first.
Fruits.
If they talk about more about the conflict and some activities, usually I just like I talk about conflict, I talk about peace. So just like some keywords to help me remember what they say.
I see. Oh wait, you say that your friends invited you, right? Did he help you translating, or did he just watch you in there?
I think they just watch me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's because some of them don't really speak in English.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's why they need.
Yeah, I see. So overall, is it difficult for you to do that in the professional setting, of course?
Not really at the time. It's because luckily I was working for the peace program in Maluku.
Oh,
so
yeah.
before that program, I can like have some educational backgrounds on that. So it's really helped me at least know what they're talking about. But if I do not have any experience on that, I absolutely will be
Yeah.
struggle.
Yeah, of course it is. Because fast, long, and
Yes.
So what do you suggest for us undergraduate to do when we're trying to interpret, English to Indonesian, for example?
Right. I think the first thing you need to do is get used to it. It's because sometimes if you don't have like the communication skill, it's really hard, right? To meet people, especially sometimes in the professional setting, you don't really have like a set up meeting before that. So you just go there.
Oh yeah, go there and then just interpret it. Yeah.
Yes, someone
Wow.
that you don't know. But so the first is communication skill is very important, and the second one is the skills of the language. So you have to make sure that you are capable enough to translate or to interpret what did they say.
Mhm.
And the third one, try to find like to do the research. What kind of topic that you will talk about.
Oh,
For
yeah.
example, whether they talk about education, whether they talk about law, whether they talk about business. So you have to be familiar with that topic first.
Mhm.
It's because some of the expert that you will interpret, they will use some specific language, right?
Yeah.
Or some specific term. So if you're not ready for that, it will confuse you and also
Yeah.
the audiences.
That whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
That's actually really like you have to know what the thing that you're trying to say. Like in the peace talk, if there's like some terms that
Yes.
you don't know, you have to learn that, right?
Right.
Wow. Okay. I think that's all. So thank you, Mr. Vida, for your time.
Thank you.